Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to spot for bold political insights and powerful perspectives. Today, we're diving deep into a story that has sparked a fiery debate across South Africa, a constitutional court ruling on dual citizenship that's now under heavy fire from the uMkhonto weSizwe, or MK party. This isn't just about passports, it's about national identity, sovereignty, and who really holds the power in our democracy. So grab a seat, because we're unpacking every angle of this complex and controversial issue. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single update on the political developments shaping our nation. Let's get into it. Earlier this week, the Constitutional Court upheld a previous decision that struck down certain sections of the Citizenship Act. Specifically, these were parts of the law that allowed the government to automatically strip South Africans of their citizenship if they acquired another nationality without getting explicit permission from the Minister of Home Affairs. According to the court, this was a violation of individual rights and didn't hold up under constitutional scrutiny. Now, for many, this might seem like a progressive step, protecting freedom of movement, embracing global citizenship, and aligning with international human rights norms. But for the MK party, the decision is nothing short of a betrayal. The MK party, a political offshoot carrying the legacy of the historic armed wing of the ANC, came out swinging. In a powerful statement, the party accused the judiciary of undermining majority rule and sabotaging the will of the people. They argue that this decision puts elite interests and liberal values above the democratic choices made by ordinary South Africans through their elected representatives. Their central claim: that an unelected judiciary is once again overstepping its bounds, placing itself above Parliament, the body that expresses the people's voice. The MK party sees this as part of a wider pattern, what they describe as judicial overreach. To them, the courts are increasingly applying abstract liberal interpretations of the Constitution that don't reflect the lived experiences of the country's majority, especially those who fought in, and were shaped by, the struggle for liberation. But why is dual citizenship such a hot-button issue for the MK party? They believe it's a matter of national loyalty and security. In their view, dual citizenship could allow individuals to hold divided allegiances, especially dangerous, they argue, in a country where state institutions are already under pressure from corruption, foreign influence, and deep socio-economic inequality. The MK party warns that allowing dual citizens to hold influential positions, be it in politics, business, or civil service, could jeopardize national interests. For them, true citizenship means full commitment. You're either in or you're out. In a particularly impassioned part of their statement, the party declared, "South Africa belongs to those who are loyal to it alone." It's a strong message, and one that taps into a broader wave of nationalist sentiment not just in South Africa, but around the globe. Countries from India to Australia have had similar debates around the implications of dual nationality, especially when it comes to issues of national security, voting rights, and political office. The MK party isn't stopping at criticism. They vowed to introduce new legislation aimed at restoring stricter controls on dual citizenship. Their goal: to re-establish national sovereignty as a guiding principle in citizenship laws. They want the legal system to reflect the material and historical conditions of the South African majority, not what they call neoliberal distortions of constitutionalism shaped by global elites and Western liberal ideologies. It's a radical stance, but it's also a strategic one. The MK party has been building its base around a platform that defends the legacy of the liberation struggle, champions economic justice, and resists what they see as creeping foreign control over national institutions. Their rejection of the court's ruling fits neatly into that larger ideological framework. They're also calling for a national dialogue, an open, inclusive conversation about what it means to be South African in a globalized world. Who gets to belong? What are the obligations of citizenship? And how should the country balance individual freedoms with collective sovereignty? Critics have accused the MK party of populism, arguing that their rhetoric is designed to stir up emotion and distract from more pressing issues like unemployment, service delivery failures, and corruption. But regardless of your stance, it's clear that their position resonates with a growing number of people who feel left behind by globalization and disconnected from a legal system they perceive as out of touch. In fact, this entire debate speaks to a much bigger tension in South African politics, the ongoing struggle between the constitution as the supreme law of the land, and the democratic will expressed through parliament and public sentiment. How much power should unelected judges have? Can individual rights coexist with national sovereignty? And who gets to decide what's in the public interest? This ruling, and the MK party's fierce opposition to it, brings those questions to the forefront. It's a debate that cuts across legal, political, and emotional lines, touching on identity, power, and the future of the republic. So what happens next? With elections always around the corner and political alliances shifting, the MK party's push for legislative reform on dual citizenship could gain traction, especially if it becomes a rallying point for other parties that share nationalist or populist leanings. But it will also face serious legal hurdles. Any new law that restricts dual nationality would likely be challenged in court again, setting up a possible constitutional showdown. In the meantime, this controversy is likely to dominate headlines and spark heated debates in parliament, civil society, and on social media. It's about much more than citizenship. It's about the soul of the nation. So, what do you think? Should South Africa tighten restrictions on dual citizenship? Or is the Constitutional Court right to defend individual freedoms in a globalized world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more in-depth political analysis right here. We've got a lot more to unpack in the weeks ahead. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay patriotic. See you next time.